Hello and welcome to another YouTube video from Rung the Life is Art. Now I'm just working on some ATC holders that also work great as inserts for your journals as well. One of my Facebook groups had asked me to share how I make these. They're very simple. You will find a tutorial on YouTube by many other people as well. It's called the One Sheet Wonder, where you use just a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, but what I've done is I've adjusted a few so that it could cater for the needs of when we're artists trading cards with each other. So it just makes a nice little gift where you pop your ATCs inside. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards that artists and crafters create and swap with each other around the world. Very popular, same size as the playing card or the baseball cards that you collect, football cards. So anyway, I'll just clear this up and just show you a few examples. I've got quite a few going on here, but what I'll do is I'll just work through a couple of them. So just grab them. These are some completed versions that I've got here. So if I just go into one of them, what you're left with is this little booklet. You don't have to embellish the outside, but this is how I've embellished the outside. And I've actually put the picture of a lady behind, so it looks like how you have your books with a picture of the author behind. That is from Kirsty Designs, I think from Etsy, as is that. And these are freebies of Tsunami Rose Designs, her blog. And those are from Kirsty as well, or Chrissy. I always get her name wrong and I do apologise, but I'll add a link in below. So anyway, if I open let you see what this is. This 12 by 12 creates this, so you have pockets here to put a ATC card into, and I have tags as well everywhere. These are usually glued up in most of the tutorials that you see, but I like leaving them because it's just extra journaling space, or a place to pop goodies into. So you can pop a few gems or a tag or something like this. This is a bingo card from Tsunami Rose that you could end up using on one of your ATCs. Tag at the top again. So you get two tags at the inserts at the top and one on the side, or you could just close them all up and you have these pages. This is using the full 12 by 12. Now what I'd done on one of a couple of my ATC swaps was I'd altered this because we were just swapping about 3 cards I think each, so I didn't need that many spaces. So what I did was I adjusted what we did. I'll just grab the piece of paper here. I hope that's all coming in. That's a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Now the One Sheet Wonder, the way it works is you score. Let me just grab that. You have a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and you score these. Don't know how well that's showing. So I'll just fold it a bit so it gives it a bit more definition there. I'll be able to see it on the back actually a bit better. Not much difference anyway. It's scored at 3 inch, 6 inch and 9 inch. Then you turn it around and you score it at 2 inch, 6 inch and 10 inch. So that's all you need. Then you cut from on the 6 inch line, you cut along all the way up to that top score line. And what you're left with I'll just get this, which I'd prepared. That was just to show how you can use your paper punch. You can use a punch all the way along if you want, but I like each pocket just having a little dip. So I used the Martha Stewart punch just on the centre of each pocket. That's what I did. So if I just move that aside anyway, and I'll show you how it looks. So that's how it is. I've punched all along there. So that's the cut that I was talking about. You cut up to that score line. Then what you do is you fold the 2-inch mark and the 10-inch mark in, and that gives you your pockets. Now this is a single-sided designer paper. If you have a double-sided, you choose what you want for the outside cover. What comes up and over on the pockets is what your cover will be, the design on your cover, and the other one will be on the inside of your pages. So what you do, I found the easiest way, is fold at the 6th one. So you have it like that. Then fold this score line up, flip it over and fold that down. Then the part that's still joined, if you fold that over, that makes it so much easier for your book to be formed. Because I've seen a lot of tutorials where they'll be teaching you fold up, fold down, fold up, around, down, like that. But I just find for some people that might just be confusing. So that's my advice to you, my quick little tip. Just fold it back on the 6th one, then fold the other 2 up, flip it over and fold the other 2 down. And then the part that's still joined, just fold it over like that. So this will be your cover. I've already cut and distressed the edges just to make it life a little bit easier. And I'll work on this with you now to show you what happens next. So on the cover, you'll see that it opens up this way. We need to join that to create the opening from the top. Now I hope this works, because I see this happen with so many other YouTubers where glues don't work and things. So all you need to do, if you want to close this page and you don't want to have the pockets, then just apply the glue to everywhere. Otherwise, this is what I do. Just a thin one along the outside edge and along the bottom to make sure that it stays closed. I'm not too keen on using the hot glue gun. I have a tendency to burn my fingers. So anyway, that then closes like so. So you just press along there, and that will give you your pocket there. Or if you decided to close it all, that's your first page that's just formed. Then when you flick through, this one opens. You've got the flaps at the bottom. So on this one, what we do is, again, we apply the glue to the back. Nice thin. Don't have to have it too much. Now in the past, when I've done this in these soaps, sometimes it's like you can with pocket letters or anything. I've added a sachet of tea in. I've added gems inside. I've put brads on pieces of cards and attached the brads on, and then I've put that through. So that's your second one with the flap on the insert on the side. Then we go through again, and that's the other opening there. So again, along the side and along the bottom. If you just wanted 1 or 2 inserts, you could close up maybe the center one, so you don't have the side flap, and you can keep these 2 from the top, the one at the front and the back. So let me just close that. and you've got the insert from the top. Now you will have a couple of these openings, so we'll just quickly glue them. Now I find the easiest way to do that is, instead of trying to apply the glue along here, you don't know where you're going to need it up to, just pry it open and pop it on the pocket, because you know how much you'll need then. Some people like using double-sided tape, but I wouldn't recommend that, because when you put something into the pocket, it will always stick against the double-sided tape, so it'll be difficult to put things in and out. You don't need to close that really, because of the fold. It'll keep whatever's in there held inside. That one folds over, so there's no glue there. The center one will need it. Let's just apply a quick. On the other side as well. Been getting pain in my wrists, so this isn't ideal using these glues, but I'd promised to share a while ago with my group members, but I've just not managed to get around because I burnt my hand as well, so I was waiting for that to heal. So I'm sorry, I do apologize, ladies, who've been waiting very patiently for me to do this tutorial. And like I said, I don't do tutorials, so I'm a little nervous about the whole procedure. Anyway, that's all your pockets and your sides all glued up. That's all glued, so you've got your little book there. Now what I do is, I've got these prepared. That's going to go on my front cover. You can choose whatever image you want. I've already glued my fabrics on the behind the ticket. That ticket's from Tsunami Rose, which is a freebie on her blog. And I had some petaloo flowers and some candy dots, so that's what I've done. I'm going to have that on my cover. And for the back one, you could leave it as it is, but I've just, what I did for the ladies, which I sent, so I just want to show them how I've done that. I got a piece of card. I think this might just be ATC size as well, just to show you how they fit into the pockets there. But anyway, what I did was I put that through an embossing folder, and then the metallic rub-ons you get, like, I think they're called Inca Gold. I just put some of that on my finger and just rubbed it over, and then I just rubbed it along, brushed it along the sides to just give it that little edging as well. So I want that on my back cover, but these are going to go over the spine area that I want, a spine that I want to create. So I've just cut a strip of card, and I just gently bend it. I don't actually fold it, I just gently give it a bit of a starting point, so you know where it'll go. So that's to go on the spine, and I want that going over. Now for my closure, because I want to use some lace, I just move them aside. I've cut some lace here. I chose some matching grey with the stripes. I always have trouble figuring out which is the right side. I want the textured side on the top anyway, so just I tend to fold it in half, and then for the front I just move it a little bit back, because otherwise you have a longer tail on one of your bows. So that's just another quick tip. So just like about an inch probably, just move it down the front one. So you can use double-sided tape on this one won't matter, but roughly along the center just apply some glue. If you feel comfortable doing both sides together, you can do that. If not, do one side and then the other. Some people apply the lace over the spine, but I just think it gives a bit of a neater finish when it's under the spine. So just move that lace back up. That halfway point was there, so if I just open that up, it seems to be sticking to itself without any glue, so I just hold that over and I glue that down, and on the other side as well. So that's all glued down, and while that's just drying, we'll work on the spine as well. Now again, you could put double-sided tape on, which I think I do have some of. Just put a bit of that on just for am I off camera? I don't know. Sorry about this. Like I said, it's first time I'm doing, well, second attempt at my how-to videos. I did one on the dangly clips for people who want to use up their charms for planners and journals, to add it to them for a bit of interest. So I still like adding a bit of more glue. You don't really need it in the center part, it's just along the edges to hold the spine part down. But you will be adding your cover pieces, which you're using to embellish with, over that as well. So that's like that. I'm just checking what's. So you fold that over, push it down, and that's your spine added to your little book. Then attach the cover, I'll add the back one on first. So just some glue. You could add double-sided tape to this as well if you wanted. So I like going close to the edge, because otherwise your edges always tend to come up. And then just a little quick squiggle along the center. And another tip here is, because of the lace, I just like to apply a little bit on top of the lace, so it helps it hold a little bit better. So just overlap it a bit on the spine. Now if I wasn't applying the lace, then I wouldn't want this cover on the back, because I quite liked the paper, original paper underneath, the stripy paper, but just because of the lace I've decided to add that on. So that's your back cover, and onto the front. When it's fabrics, I find it's a little bit better if you just put mini blobs of glue. Not technically even a nice term to be describing it, but that's where it is. Because if you try just spreading it on like I did on the back, what happens is it just seeps through the fabric, so there's nothing to hold on. This might actually be better with the glue gun. So here you have a choice if you want to put it at an angle like so, or if you want it straight. I'm not sure, I think I might like it at a slight angle. Actually, I'll put it straight because I've got a lot of fibre on the back. I applied 2 layers. There was one of the muslin style cheesecloth, and then I had some light green netting as well, which went quite well with the papers. Even though you can hardly see them now, but there you go. So that's your little ATC holder, using the full 12 by 12 sheet. And then I just printed off another bingo card from Tsunami Rose Etsy store, and can just add that inside. I think I added too much glue on the sides of those pockets, but that would fit into there. I'll just leave it in there until the glue dries. But you can fit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ATCs into that. Those of you who don't do ATCs, you could add in gift cards and other things into there. You could stick in pictures, little journaling cards, or it makes a nice little insert in your journal as well. Now the altered versions that I have, what you'd do on your 12 by 12, you would just completely cut it down the middle. So then what you're left with is this. Just got everything prepared and was putting them aside. I was working on what I wanted to include, so this is what you're left with. So you've cut down the 6 inch, and what you've got is the score line on the 2 inch one. So then if you want to do your little punched pockets, you can do that there. Then again, like I explained to you, fold it halfway and then fold it again. You should still have your score lines on these, so you get 2 out of the 12 by 12 paper. Sorry, I had the phone ring there. As I was saying, what you'd do is you'd fold that over at the 2 inch. You fold it up. Then you already had your score lines at 3, 6 and 9. So you just fold them in like so. If you want to have a little pocket there, then that's what you do. This one I'm not going to make because I haven't punched the little pockets there. So, but what I'll do is I'll show you. You can fit 4 ATCs into that one, and that's how I made it for the ladies that I sent it to. And for the pocket, you just glue along there and along there, and that's where you get your pocket. So you'd have your little insert into there like so. You'd have your ATCs in there, and then once again, that's the colour I've done for my little bow tie there. You'd attach the spine onto there. That's my cover picture for this one. Some flowers for embellishment. You can stick gems on, and then that's to go on the back one, like so. So that would be my mini version, which is what the ladies wanted to see. Now, for those of you who don't have 12 by 12 paper, I thought I'd try and see what I could come up with other papers and if it would still work. Now, this was an A4 piece of paper, A4 card. It's a nice card stock. That weighs, I think it was, yep. So what I did on this was I measured 6 inch across and cut that strip off. Now that strip you can use later. I actually put the score marks in before I cut it off, because I was thinking I could use those smaller sections on my ATC's cards, or I could cut it in half and have 2 little gift cards. So that strip you can keep aside and reuse for a different project. So this is what you're left with. Now, because A4 paper isn't 12 inch across, what I did was I folded it in half and just scored that. Then I folded this back and I scored that edge. Now, same idea, 2 inch pocket. Fold that up. I've punched them and I've distressed it using Tim Holtz's black soot, I think it was, to give it that effect. I'm going a bit all confused here, but anyway, So your 6-inch that you cut off from your card, 2-inch your pockets, then all you do is you fold it in half like so, and then bring that back, flip it over and do it on the same on the other side, and that's your book again. And you can still fit the ATC cards in there, and you've got your little pocket there for that. Again, same idea, bead of glue along there and along there, or if you don't want a pocket, just put glue on all of that, and you have your little ATC holder there. Now on this one, I'm not going to be putting the ribbon, and what I've decided to do, because I really like the effect of that cover, I'm still adding the spine on like that. And then what I've done is these hairbands that you get, I'm going to just have that to slide on top, just to hold it shut. And then I've added a charm on for a bit of interest there. So that's another idea you could do if you don't want to have, if you're not good at tying bows, or you don't want to add the ribbon. So I think that looks really nice. I've just added that onto a jump ring, and the jump ring I've put over the hairbands. So that's what you've got. You can use them as your journal inserts, or to give a gift card as well. And it looks like a small little book, the composition books that you get. So I thought that was another interesting idea. So I hope you like this tutorial, and it's helped and easy to follow for the ladies that were interested. And another quick tip, I'm just trying to think, for the ATC's cards that you make. That's a piece of A4 paper, and I just wanted to show you how you can get as many ATCs out of it as you can. So it's supposed to be like that, but I'm not sure if it's all coming in camera like that, but here it goes. You score at 2.5, you score at 5, and you score at 7.5. Actually, you don't score, you cut them on those edges, and then you cut at every 3.5 inches to give you your 2.5 by 3.5 cards. So you get 9 cards out of the A4 pieces of paper. And then for people who have a lot of 6x6 papers, like I know I do, you can get 4 ATCs out of a 6x6 paper. So this is a 6x6 piece of paper. On every edge, mark 2.5 and 3.5 along every side, like that. And then draw the lines like I have. So you take that line up to there. That's the only piece of scrap you're going to have left over from your 6x6 piece of paper, and you'll get 4 ATCs. I thought other people knew this, so when I shared it on a few of the groups, there was a lot of ladies who said they'd never even thought of using a 6x6 paper like that, and they had a lot, or either they'd cut along like that and had a whole strip left over. So this is maximum usage out of that. So I hope you found those tips useful. That was a quick summary once again on how to do the ATC holders. So I hope you like what you saw, and you'll give it a try. Very easy to do, and make great little gifts as well when you're doing swaps and things to hand to others. I better stop the video here because it's going on to almost half an hour, and I do apologise for that. If you want to see more how-to videos, please like, subscribe, leave me some comments, and I'll try to do some more for you as and when I can. Thank you very much for your time. Take care, and happy crafting.